Ryan Leary. You're listening, hopefully watching, Heroes of HR podcast. It's a limited series brought to you by isolved. And we've got Jaylene on. So, Jaylene, how are you doing today?
Doing wonderful. Thank you.
Well, you are wonderful. Done.
I think Jaylene's going to have to start hosting her own podcast
Oh, yeah,
with us.
100%.
You'll
Yeah,
be my
be pretty
first.
cool.
You'll be my first invitee.
There
the
we
dark,
go.
the dark side of HR. I think would be
Ooh,
wonderful. Anyhow, Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Okay. If I don't ask Ryan how he's doing, he gets a little. Anyhow, so would you do us a favor, the
He
audience
loves
a
me.
favor, and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Jaylene Owen. I am an HR professional. I work with a family-owned and operated business now for 8 years here in Sitka, Alaska. It's a challenging environment, but one that I really enjoy.
And we were talking geography before Ryan joined us, and so you told me exactly where you are in Alaska. So
Yes.
I feel comfortable. And brown bears. Stories about brown bears.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of people know Sitka from the movie The Proposal,
Right.
or if you've ever visited the Inside Passage. But we are closer to Seattle than we are to Anchorage, and we dot the Canadian coastline. It is the largest North Pacific rainforest, temperate rainforest.
Interesting. And
Rainforest.
yeah. That's
Okay.
very cool. The brown bears thing was great for me because I like bears.
Hmm.
But I don't like bears that are really aggressive in town.
Yeah,
So
no. When I jumped on, you were talking tarantulas. You were talking about them like they were pets. Now you're talking about if we see a bear by me, like every agency is called and they're out there with guns looking for
ATF.
it. They've got helicopters and everything.
You've got CIA, ATF, NSA.
Yeah.
Something's not
We've
right.
got squirrels, fox, deer. That's about it.
Have you ever seen a kind of a jaguar or any of those types of cats?
Me?
Yeah.
No, not
No.
from a zoo.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. I'm watching the
Saw in
show.
a zoo.
Hey,
I'm watching.
we
I'm
got a
watching
lot of
this.
exotic animals here, but not a
Fair
jaguar.
statement. Fair. Well, you've got more than we do. That's fair. But I'm watching a show on Netflix. It's the 72 deadliest animals,
Oh
and
yeah.
like they do geographies. And so I was watching Latin America yesterday, and it's like they came on rattlesnakes. I'm like, rattlesnakes don't bother me. I've been around them all my life, so it's like, and that's not.
That's
That's not. And of course, they're trying to scare the heck out of you. You know, as they're going through the bit, they did killer whales. I'm like, I love killer whales. I love how they do stuff in a pack or a pod.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful to see. Like if you
They're
can see
beautiful to
far,
see.
yeah, but they're huge in person. Like on a boat to have a
That's what
whale,
that's
you
what
just
they said.
instantly, yeah,
Oh no,
it's
they're
amazing.
much bigger than I thought.
Hmm.
Yeah. Big, much bigger than I thought. All right, let's do a couple questions real quick. One is from a talent perspective, what's keeping you up at night these days?
Oh goodness, that's a really great question. Um, First thing I would have to say is securing and retaining my talent. Living on a small island like Sitka can be very challenging. Competition for skilled workers is fierce, and it's a unique lifestyle. Career opportunities that you would find in a larger city can be a major draw. But it's not something that we present here. So to bring someone in that has a skill level that I need, sometimes I'm having to home grow that. And then the other aspect that right now is keeping me up is my employees' well-being and mental health. The pandemic really highlighted the importance of mental health, especially for HR professionals like myself. We are the ones that create a supportive work environment. We're prioritizing the culture of that work environment. And if we're not prioritizing our employees' mental wellness or offering them those resources to cope with the stress, to cope with that burnout, it's a serious issue. And especially being on an island that is very limited on its resources, that if all is one of the major focus points for me. And then of course adapting to the change. Business landscape is constantly evolving, and then of course the HR professionals, we must be able to adapt to those changes, and expect to see those opportunities and communicate them to our employees.
Real quick follow up. Have you ever thought about mental health for HR practitioners?
Yes. Yes.
You have.
Right now, that's a major issue for me. being on an island, we have one hospital, and it used to be only a hospital for indigenous natives.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that changed in the last few years when our community hospital went under. So these last few years, a lot of my employees that are now needing mental health can't find those services because the hospital is very limited, those
Right.
professionals coming here. And so I actually talked to my owner at one point earlier this year and said, we got to do something. And we even considered the idea of hiring a professional just to be on staff for our employees. And it's a grocery store.
Yep. Was that an IHS hospital?
Yes. Yes, it
Yeah.
is considered
Is it?
an IHS, which is the Indian Health Services Hospital.
Yeah. No, I'm very familiar. Interesting. So that's fascinating. I have a lot of questions, but Ryan's got more. So
Yeah, no, so Jaylene, I want to know what is exciting you moving into 2025.
Ooh, that's a good question, too. As an HR director, especially here in Sitka, there are several exciting developments in the talent landscape that I think are opportunities for me to advance. One is the automation.
mm,
Um, AI can help streamline a lot of processes. There's a lot of tools coming out that have enabled me to tackle problems like scheduling, looking up ways that I can free up my time, in really focusing on data-driven insights that, in my opinion, going forward, those trends, being able to identify them very quickly, to be able to predict my employees' future needs, and then, of course, be able to make those informed decisions. So really what I'm focused on in 2025 is going to be an enhanced employee experience. I think being able to look at ways to enhance communication, support, being able to look at things that are going to personally involve my employees in that decision process, because it's not just me barking things at them, but it's me listening to them and executing what it is that they need also.
very
And
cool.
and
Go
so
ahead.
you're not just one quick follow up here. You're excited to leverage AI and scheduling and all these other
Mhm.
aspects of work. You're not afraid of being AI'd out of work.
So it is a double-edged sword. I think when it comes to AI, there needs to be a responsible reality check to the use of that,
Right.
because you don't realize with anything there comes good and bad, and it's that balancing act. It's like the work-life balance. We can dive completely into work, but it will eventually wash out that our personal lives are going to take an impact. And on the same flip of that, if I'm doing nothing but personally focusing on myself, things that I take pride in, like my work, are going to be impacted. So to me, AI is really about having the informed ability to understand what it is and use it
Right.
like that, and realize that it is also something that can potentially add problems to the solutions you're trying to
Right.
solve.
So when iSolve says people matters, or
Mhm.
excuse me, people heroes,
Mhm.
what does that mean to you?
To me, people heroes, especially in the sense of iSolve, it signifies individuals who are passionate about HR. Um, Payroll benefits, they're the dedicated professionals who strive to create that positive employee experience. We're the ones that are optimizing the HR processes. We're the ones that are driving the organizational success. And so, to me, a people hero is that champion of the employee experience. We're the problem solvers. We're the continuous learners, because we are the ones that have to stay up to date on the industry trends, the best practices. We're the ones that are fostering the supportive network for those employees. And so, looking at a people heroes experience, to me, ultimately, people heroes are the backbone of the organizations, empowering those employees to drive the business growth.
I could not agree more. That was well said. So, Jaylene, let's imagine you're at a cocktail party. You're speaking with someone who's not in HR, they're not in payroll. How do you describe iSolve to them?
iSolved is a comprehensive HR and payroll software solution that helps businesses of all sizes streamline their HR processes. It's like having a virtual HR department that handles everything from onboarding your new hires to managing your benefits and payroll. To me, iSolved, it's the tasking that the software provides that allows me to focus more on the strategic initiatives that I need. So ultimately, overall, isolved is a powerful tool, a platform that offers a range of many features from employee services, self-service, time and attendance, to HR management. And ultimately, it's a user-friendly tool that can help save you time and reduce the errors.
Love it. All right, last question. Everyone's battery kind of runs low periodically. How do you recharge your people heroes battery?
Wow. I'm working on that right now. It's a constant battle for HR professionals, especially like myself. I've been an HR team of one and I have limited resources. Recharging my battery is as important as taking care of my employees, because if I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of them. It always brings me back to we fly a lot here on the island. And there was this one time I was on an airplane and they were talking about how you need to prepare if there was an emergency and what to do. And if you're traveling with young children, a lot of times the parents are immediately going to the child, but they tell you, put the mask on you first, because if you pass out, you can't take care of the kids, and then pick your favorite one. So,
Right.
so with me,
Jaylene, I asked this question. I gotta stop this for a second. I asked that question. If there's a fire, you've got 3 kids, which one you picking first? How do you decide? And everybody, I think even William, even you said that was too dark.
It's not so much too dark. My oldest is out, so I don't have to make that decision anymore. So
But
I'm
at
good.
one point,
Yeah,
at
no,
one
no.
point.
I think when you
So,
asked it a couple of years ago, it was too dark because then I'd have to make a pick, and a lot of people pick the youngest because they've already made all the mistakes with the oldest, and they've got more time. Now
so
that's the
Jay,
dark part.
so when Jaylene, when you said that, I'm sorry to
That's
cut
what you thought
that
of.
just first thing that came to my mind, but then you make your decision. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, and recharging your battery, it's different for everyone. One
Oh
of the
yeah.
questions that I ask a lot of employees, especially if they're coming in, is how do you handle stress? What do you do to de-stress? Because when you're looking at being the vital aspect of running the department and being the person who revitalizes and inserts that positivity,
Yeah.
you yourself need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So for me, it's time blocking. A lot of times I allocate specific time blocks for different tasks, including my breaks. I like to
Yeah.
prioritize things by urgency and importance. This is really important. You need to learn to say no.
100%.
In the last few years, I say the baby went out with the bathwater. A lot of HR professionals had to change rules. They were up against problems like, as an example, I had to get rid of my attendance policy. I had people that couldn't come to work. They didn't want to come to work, but I had no one to replace them. And it
Right.
got to a place where it was like, do I just fire everyone? Do I stick to the rules? Do I really focus on what needs the company needs versus also what the employee needs? As we've moved through the last few years with the pandemic and the rules have changed and we are on a new landscape, I have learned to politely decline and tell people, I'm sorry, but no, that can't happen anymore. And that's been hard because
Oh yeah.
we get gun shy. You don't want to address the problems because you're not really sure what's going to come of it. And if you are limited with resources, labor, staffing, you're probably putting up with a lot more stuff than you would probably have put up with prior to this. Um, I would also say leveraging my technology so that I can actually get away. Right
Right.
now, I'm looking at a trip to Hawaii next week, and I couldn't have done that without having solutions like iSolved. It gives me the ability to push that button and to review my payroll on the beach in Hawaii if I needed to. And that's really important, especially in the sense of where we're at as HR professionals. Um, but ultimately, overall, it's being mindful, practicing techniques that yourself can help reduce that stress or improve your focus. I like physical activity here on the island. We get out, we do hiking, even a short walk sometimes. I don't feel like it on the weekends, but if it's sunny outside, I do what I have to do to get out, and making sure that you're also focusing on eating healthy. Fueling your body with nutritious food will keep your sense of self grounded. And those things are all that I do to myself to make sure that I am there for my employees.
Walks off stage, drops mic. Jaylene, Thank you so much for your time and your wisdom.
Yeah.
This has been absolutely fantastic.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Ryan and William.
No
Thank
worries,
you.
and thanks to the audience. Until next time.